This is the Sporty Breakfast live on 106.1. Maybe I need to write it and keep it in front of me. Ray, let's get into the portals for the morning. Today, let's begin with My Joy Online. King Faisal FC coach President Champon, aka Sabuto, passes away after illness. Really, really sad story from yesterday. Charlie, Ghana football is experiencing a few dark moments, right? After the episode at Inswache, now Sabuto has passed on. GPL, Kotoko suspend all football-related activities until justice is served for late fan Pole. In other stories, Sebastian Coe's bold vision for Africa, a new chapter in Olympic growth and inclusion. Lord Seb Coe, he is the head of World Athletics, and he wants to retain his position or retain his seat. And so he's laid out a few key points in his manifesto, and he has what he calls a bold vision for African athletics. To other stories, Chelsea's Joao Felix completes AC Milan loan move, and 13 VAR mistakes in Premier League season so far. All of that on myjoyonline.com/sports. If you go to 3news.com/sports, they have updates from the Inswacheman Asante Kotoko episode. Inswacheman owner, 2 others granted bail in Kotoko fans' death case. Asante Kotoko call on Hearts of Oak support to end hooliganism. And Cristiano Ronaldo is speaking. He says, I'm the most complete footballer and I'm the most complete player in football history. When is his birthday? Is it today? Was it yesterday? It's today, February 5. Yeah. Cristiano Ronaldo, okay. But Happy birthday to you.
Is it true?
That what?
It's the most complete football.
The most complete football in history.
Do you agree with Ronaldo?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Most complete.
Most complete. What does he mean by that? We'll get into that story.
Right.
Kotoko suspend football activities following supporter's death, and the GFA needs a serious overhaul. Papa Kwesi Indum, he's the one who said that he put out, I think it was on his WhatsApp status yesterday. Somebody
read it again.
Says the GFA needs a serious overhaul. We'll get into that story, right? So let's hop through things very, very, very quickly. So if you go to Ghana Web Sports page, Pole died before Inswacheman scored. Atapoku reveals details of Inswacheman incident. And Collins Atapoku, our colleague journalist, he works in Kumasi, but he's from that side of the country. He's from the Bono region. Okay. And so he seems to understand a lot of those dynamics. And he's been quoted here. On Ghana Web. Asante Kotoko withdraw from Ghana Premier League. I don't know if that is the case, but to withdraw is not an easy case. You need to officially inform the GFA on those things. The American League is worse than the Saudi League. Cristiano Ronaldo is saying, hey, Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. No pot shots,
Anyway, let's go to the BBC. They also have the VAR mistakes, 13 VAR mistakes in Premier League so far this season. So this story was sourced by one of the previous portals. Arteta disappointed by Arsenal transfer window. And in other stories, former Wimbledon champion Halep announces retirement. So that is the story from Simona Halep. And then if we go to ESPN quickly, stories, Man City nearly outspent all Premier League clubs in January. And then Liverpool, Arsenal, Real Madrid more. Way too early look at summer transfer window. And Milan complete move for Chelsea's Felix. And Bayern's Davis signs deal amid Madrid interest. Plus, Premier League closer to bringing in semi-auto VAR offside. Man United's Tyrell Malacia joins PSV on loan. Raymond, which portals do you have for us this morning?
Well, let's quickly shift focus to City Sports Online. City Sports Online this morning have some interesting stories, and we begin from Richard Ofori. Remember Richard Ofori?
Yes, I remember him so well. Ex-Wild Stars goalkeeper, ex-Orlando Pirates goalkeeper. Is this still with Orlando Pirates?
Ex-Black Stars goalkeeper.
And as well, ex-Black.
Oh, we have retired him. So Richard Ofori gifts Kaiser Chiefs 2 goals. And the video is here. You can watch on City Sports Online.
He gives Kaiser Chiefs 2 goals. These days he plays his football for Amazulu.
Yes, they played yesterday. He touched them 2 goals. Free, almost like Onana.
Hey.
Yeah. Ruben Amorim has Manchester United a lot worse than Ten Hag. Ruben Amorim has made Manchester United a lot worse than Ten Hag. Guess who said this?
Ruben Amorim says what?
Ruben Amorim has made Manchester United a lot worse than Ten Hag.
Who is saying this?
Guess.
That's a tough one. Wayne Rooney?
Oh no.
Paul Scholes?
It's another brother named Shower.
Gary Neville.
yes. Gary Neville. Anytime Kotoko travels to Brongahafo, controversy follows. Anthony Chum on fan tragedy. Former Labour Minister Ignatius Bafwewa granted bail. Kamal Sowa is dynamic and has an aggressive style. NEC Breda Technical Director. Another story is here. Ghana Football Association people feed on FIFA money and leave clubs hungry. Pa Kwesi Indum. Let me take this story again. GFA, or Ghana Football Association people, feed on FIFA money and leave clubs hungry. Pa Kwesi Indum. No brand wants to be associated with hooliganism. Former Kotoko captain and Lionel Messi is great, but I'm most complete. Cristiano Ronaldo states. Another life cannot be lost over a game. IGP speaks against violence in football. And then Asante Kotoko suspends football activities following tragic incident at Nswatreman. These are the stories you can find on ctsportsonline.com. And other stories here this morning. Club licensing board in Ghana is weak. Augustine Ahimfo, he said that on Sporty Drive when he joined Fifi Banson on his first show. Ghana FA denies Swatreman FC's withdrawal from Ghana Premier League. That was said yesterday.
Yes.
I think Fredachi confirmed that on the show yesterday.
Yes. He was saying that the club had not said anything officially to the GFA.
Right.
All right.
Yes. So another story from the Sporty Drive. I think Kujo Fiano was speaking on unclassified payments, or what we normally call the coefficient. Yeah, he was speaking against that. That story is here on Ghana Soccer Net. Parliament approves Kofi Adams' appointment as Sports and Recreation Minister. And then other stories you can find here. Ken Faisal coach Prince Achampo is dead. And Swatreman owner Bafwewa granted bail. Bodyguard remanded in Kotoko fans death case. And then final story I'll go back to Kujo Fiano's story. Says restructure Black Stars winning bonus. Kujo Fiano edges Kofi Adams. So all of that was said on Sporty Drive on Monday. Now let's quickly check out what's on skysports.com this morning. And stories here. Manchester City, Spurs, Villa face January signings registration dilemma. That's a story here. Manchester United targeting top forward in summer after Rashford exit. Later, who's that striker?
That one.
Man United are targeting a top forward.
We'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
But what we have been told is that the reason why Man United did not spend too much money was that they were putting their money together.
They are doing susu.
Okay. And then in the middle of the year, fire!
Struggling Amorim's job on the line with Rashford decision. That's the thought of Paul Merson. And then Arteta going full gas at Newcastle after disappointing window. Tells U10 Man City's pledge an ambitious Villa light-up window. These are the stories you can find on Sky Sports Football. Sky Sports Golf have a very sad story. So Woods expresses heartfelt sadness following death of his mother. So Tiger Woods has lost his mother and he's been sad. His tournament is currently ongoing, but the man is sad. So that's a sad one from the camp of Tiger Woods. Let's get some tennis updates. And Simona Halep announces retirement in on-court interview. So Simona Halep, former French Open winner, former Wimbledon owner, has left the sport. And let's get to go.com this morning for my final stories. And Manchester United's Malacia completes PSV Eindhoven switch. Arteta frustrated by Arsenal's transfer failure. And then Chelsea considering Summer Soup to sign Sporting CP's Esugo. And then final story here, Chelsea complete deal to sign Saint-Etienne youngster. These are the stories you can find on the news portals this morning.
Okay.
Online news portals this morning.
Okay, all right. Let's get into just one or two of the stories. So, Ignatius Bafwewa, former MP, whose name has been mentioned in relation to the passing of Mr. Frimpong, Francis Frimpong, aka Pole. Now, there's a story on My Joy Online. Says former Labour Minister Ignatius Bafwewa has been granted bail in the sum of 500,000 cedis with two sureties. Bafwewa and Joseph Treme and another suspect who was also granted bail will return to the Sunyani District Magistrate Court B on Monday, the 17th of February. And meanwhile, Jimandria Owusu, the third suspect who was arrested on Monday, has been remanded in police custody. So those are some details coming in there concerning this particular case. And then a CAF security expert, also on my journal online, is saying that we have not taken needed steps to stop hooliganism. Now, Nick Owusu, who's a CAF stadium security expert, has expressed disappointment with Ghana's inability to address hooliganism over the years. Of course, he was reacting to the episode from Inswache, and he told Joy Sports that, quote, there are certain steps that need to be taken as a country, and we are not taking those steps. It has to do with the training and deployment of safety security coordinators for our matches. Our Premier League is the flagship product that we have as a country, and as a product of the FA, on any given weekend, there are not more than 8 Premier League games going on, and so there's the need to employ the same tactics that FIFA and CAF have been using to take care of this situation. So those are some stories happening around the sad incidents from Inswache. Later on, we'll get to our colleague Michael Asari-Boedu, who will be giving us more updates on that particular one. But Raymond, I've just seen Richard Ofori's howler.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, is this? Charlie.
His best days are behind him.
Anyway, on an international scene, or the international scene, 13 VAR mistakes in Premier League season so far. That is a story from the Premier League, and they chronicle all kinds of mistakes. For the tennis lovers, Simona Halep has announced her retirement from the sport. Former Wimbledon champion, and she's a 2-time Grand Slam winner, former world number 1. She announced her decision on court at the Transylvania Open following her 6-1 first round loss to Lucia Bronzetti. And she said she was considering retirement because of a knee injury that forced her to withdraw from the Australian Open qualifiers last month. And she says, look, now it's time to walk away from the big time. All right, we'll get into...
I have a story.
Yes, quickly. Calvin is here.
Okay, GFA people feed on FIFA money and leave clubs hungry. Parkway Sindum. So Parkway Sindum, owner and bankwell of Elmina Sharks Football Club, has chided the Ghana Football Association and called for a serious overhaul. Now, he said this via a post on his Facebook page, with comments coming in the wake of tragic death of popular Kumasi Asante Kotoko fan Francis Yao Frimpong. So, quote, the GFA needs a serious overhaul. A few people at the top feed on FIFA money and leave clubs, referees, players hungry. What are we waiting for? More debts, bankruptcies, and Black Stars losses? This is what he posted on his Facebook page. I think this post is loaded.
Yeah, it's loaded. We'll have to decouple it a little later. But that's how we end the Sporty News Review for the morning. Thank you, Raymond. This is the Sporty Breakfast Live on 106.1 in Accra, 102.5 in Takoradi, 91.3 FM in Kumasi. We are the voice of sport. Coming up next is the Sporty News Extra, and Kelvin Owusu-Ansah is already seated.